Hey everybody, Texas Trophy here, Lance's Performer Shop, Lone Star, Mopars.com. Just been working on the US General Full Bent Master Tech cart. We've kind of been outfitting it. We've modified the folding side tray from the 5-drawer. Got that bolted up. We brought in pretty much every orange US General accessory we wanted. Got that wrapped up, and now something that kind of fills a void there. I told you, currently, Harbor Freight does not have the generic magnetic dish, for parts, bolts, what have you, available in orange. And as I was placing an order for some other items, I came across this, and while I'm excited, I'm also afraid I might have screwed up. So, what we have here, it came from National Tool Warehouse. Price was around $25 or so. I'll have it linked down below. Again, that's for your convenience. I make nothing off of that. Also make nothing off of Alpha Gloves, but you can get 20% off with the discount code Lone Star. Right here, though, from EZRed, it is their EZTRAY Quad Expandable Magnetic Tray. You've probably seen these around. If you don't have them yourself, you've probably seen them in videos or backgrounds at repair shops and stuff. And it's essentially a flattened version, if you will, of like a parts dish, and then it raises up and becomes sort of like more of a cup or a bowl, right? Doesn't do anything crazy. It's not like we're going to come up here and you could hold, a gallon of water in it, but it just raises up, so it's collapsible essentially. The part where I'm afraid I went wrong, I thought when they said quad, I was under the impression like I was getting 4 of them. Instead of buying 4 individually and spending way more money, I thought this was like the value pack, and I'm afraid that may not be the case. There is a possibility that this might be like a deal where they pop out, but I don't know. Again, I don't have experience with EZRed. I've never had any of this and some other items with the first EZRed I bought. They all came from the same National Tool Warehouse order. So when I was cleaning and kind of moving this around to the orange cart we brought in, I just kind of threw it in one of the drawers, and as I did that, this little side here lifted up and I could sort of see it, and I was like, I don't know that that separates, and obviously it's still sealed, so I haven't tried it. You can see the adhesive dot there. But let's go over some of the advertising points and see what we think. So it's the EZTRAY Quad Expandable Magnetic Tray. Its flexible, expandable design allows for compact storage, which, I mean, they're not lying. That part is accurate. This is super thin, in fact. I mean, width of my index finger, basically. We're not going to pull out a tape, but we'll just call that thin. 4 compartments keep separated and organized parts. So one of the reasons I brought this in, it wasn't just like because there wasn't a single standalone parts dish from Harbor Freight. 1, it was orange and I thought it would match, but 2, at the time I placed this order, I had been assembling a ton of stuff. And so you've got your bolt, you've got your flats, you've got your locks, and you've got your nuts. And I usually lay stuff out, and sometimes I'll put it in like a dish or something, and I thought, man, if I had 4 of these, that would be sweet. And that's literally what I was kind of basing this off of. Obviously, moving forward, it will work for that very purpose. If you're tearing down, you can put your old hardware, the new hardware, whatever you want to do. It kind of depends on what you're doing in the application. But that's sort of what spurred me to buy this. And then again, I thought like, man, if I have 4 of these, that'll be sweet. And I can just throw them out. If I only need 2 of them, I grab 2. We're about to find out if that's like possible or not, but you get the backstory there. Embedded magnets will help hold loose parts, hardware, and fasteners to any ferrous surface, easy to clean, and will not scratch surfaces, which is a huge deal when you're putting this on the side of your toolbox. So right here, you can feel it. It's sort of like a, silicone feel and very dusty from shipping and probably being here for a week or 2. But it'll hold loose parts. The magnetic bottom, you can see magnets. There's 5 of them here. Picture this as like the head of a dice. If you got the 5 that you just rolled, 2 in the corner, 2 in the top corner, and then 1 dead center in the middle. It expands from 3/4 of an inch, so this is a good thing. We just use my index finger, all the way up to 2 inches. So again, it's not going to be like massive. You're not going to be able to hold tons and tons of stuff, but essentially about the same as like your classic parts tray. They're never showing these separate. They're not advertising that there's like 4 in 1, or 4 at once, or 4 individuals. So I'm afraid, like I said, that one's totally on me if that turns out to be the case, but it's not doom and gloom just yet. We got to open it and find out. So turn this down. it should look pretty good on the box, and it's going to provide functionality for me. And it's really tacky up against this cardboard, so we're just going to go old-fashioned junk style here. Okay, looks pretty good out of the package, I have to say. Now, it kind of makes you wish they packed it a little bit differently so you could kind of see and appreciate it more. Basically, the outer lip, right, and then the inner lip, that's what should cascade down for us. You've got a center section here, I guess if you wanted to, like, mount it or something. But yeah, if you see this black plastic frame that goes all the way around the perimeter here, I thought these would, like, pop out individually. And they might. So let me kind of showcase this. I popped this one back for you. I'm going to just take my thumb here, and boom. We'll do the same thing here. Same thing here. So we've got the EZRed logo. This is what they look like fully popped and expanded. And so again, you know, like particularly bolt, flat, lock, and nut, or bolt and nut, flat and lock, whatever you want to do, you know, the possibilities are endless. If this is like assembly line stuff, rigorous, repeatable, or if you like one-off some stuff and you don't build it very often, this would be great for that application too. It's slightly pulling through the mat, nothing crazy. It is a very tacky surface, and I say that meaning like, you know, I can't like glide my finger like this plastic rim here is fine, just super smooth. This has like tack to it, right? So we're going to move a little slower. Now, what I'm going to do, and I don't know if this is smart or not, I don't think it's going to be possible. Let me pop up here before I ruin this thing. And, yeah, we're kind of screwed. Yeah, I'm breaking it. I was trying to push this out and see if I could isolate these. I don't know if you can tell, but right there where it looks like you see my finger, it's because you do. So it's in this configuration. And it's not the end of the world. It's just definitely not what I thought I bought. Again, I thought instead of getting these individually for exponentially more, I was like, well, buy 4 and save, right? Not the case. This is what happens online a lot. You know, sometimes people share it, sometimes they don't. But the perk here is also, you know, like that kind of gets drawn to the magnet, this little cheap hex key, right? So it's not the strongest thing in the world, evidenced by me ejecting it, but it is functional. I think, honestly, where this would be really handy is like I described on a benchtop setting. So will I use it there or not? I don't know. It's kind of a buzzkill because I had high hopes for this and I was hoping I was wrong, but I mean, like you can see here, you got your little acorn nuts. Let's just throw a handful of crud in here and see what happens. So just random stuff sitting here on the bench. If you're ever curious what's over here, not 1 but 2 hex keys. Oh, black hex key. Let's get that mixed in. What does this go to? Torx, probably throttle body screw, TPS sensor or something. Some cut 3/8 hardware, snapped screws. That would have been from some plier test we did. So we got stuff in there, right? And we don't have stuff in there. Let's grab. This should be stainless. That's not going to stick. So you know that's going to drop out instantly. The question is, what will this hocus pocus mix do? Most of this stuff that I have here is stainless. It always throws me for a loop. Here's a couple of nylocks, just some more threads. You know, you get the idea, right? We're just going to see what happens here. So just pretend that these are like ubiquitous parts and you're not using this tray. Let's put something aluminum in there just because it's going to fall out too. So here we are, and this will give you an idea. Again, this is totally just an assortment. You can picture this acorn right here. I mean, that's right on the magnet, and then this other stuff, that's on a magnet, and the rest is just sort of dangling. Aluminum and stainless, you should see this fall instantly. Yeah, here we go. All right, so this is what we're left with. So this stayed, that's cool, that nut stayed. This hex key, they both stayed standing, vertical. If I can replicate that, never will be able to. So yeah, this was sort of a bust, I'm not gonna lie. I say that in the sense that it's not gonna do what I bought it to do, which is, like I said, and this isn't an EZRed problem, this is on me. I'm not one to shy away from when I do something stupid. That's how you learn. It's a shame you had to spend $25 to learn, but again, I was like all on board on this. Thought I was doing something super cool and smart, and then as soon as I got it and actually like looked at it as I was moving it from point of arrival to the point of storage, I thought, you know, I don't think that's going to work quite like I thought it was. And it doesn't. So, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to use it, obviously. But if you're seeing this video beforehand because you're like, why wouldn't I just get this and have 4 of them? I'm saving, you know, a couple bucks there. Well, that's a great idea. I salute you, sir, but you're going to wind up like me and regret it. This, though, however, like not looking on the downside of me making a mistake, I think it does have functionality. I don't think this is going to work for what I do with automotive stuff. Like, I can't imagine having this on a fender, on a hood, relying on it to hold parts. The magnets are not strong enough. It's awkward. It's bulky. The little $15 Hazette magnetic nut cups, you can get them, you know, OEM, Capri, pretty much everyone has some version of them. Those are really good. The traditional metal, you know, like shallow parts dishes are great. I mean, this whole surface area is a magnet. Here you have 5 dots, and while it might have pull strength, like if you loaded this down, let's go something small that would fit in here, like 3/16 flat washers, okay? Let's say this is the assembly line scenario. If you were to pick that up and move it, you know, and it accidentally like tilted or something, they're not going to stay. The magnets are not strong enough for that. I'm going to keep it in a bench top scenario, or a tray, or a cart, or like a work surface. So I will use it. I probably will enjoy it. I'll also have it stuck to the US General for applications where I need to pull it out and maybe put it on a side tray to divide stuff up. It'll be awesome for that. So that's my saving grace. If I come in here and we buy like another toolbox or something, or I get one for my nephew and assemble it, I can divide out the hardware. That's awesome. But it'll be limited use. It won't be like all the time, if you kind of catch my drift. But I do like it aesthetically. I think it looks really good. I can see what they were going for. But again, like, you've seen me get the magnetic nut cups, and the whole thing here is a magnet. I've got dead zones all through here, and these are not strong enough to hold apart. They're also the same thing that would be holding to your surface. And let me just do this. Let's collapse that. So I'm going to lift this up. I don't have any stickers on here. I'm flat. I do, from Ulsa. I forgot those were there. So yeah, that's just, it's not that good of a magnet. And I see people with these all the time. I'm sure it works for them or something. Maybe they haven't tried something better. Maybe it's a total different design on the individual ones. Again, I haven't, obviously we didn't research this very well ahead of time. I just like, sweet, that's going to work great. And I was wrong. But I might take a look at their individual ones and see if the magnet structure is different. This could be exclusive to their quad unit. I don't really know. Card just timed out. So yeah, it's kind of a buzzkill, but not entirely, because I will use it. It does look good, and I'll have it to compare with other things. Maybe it'll shine, like I said, for the bench top stuff, especially stationary where you're not going to move it around. But we'll see, and I'll try to investigate their solo stuff, see what we think of that. But that's it. I will show it to you on the box here at the end. Just not populated. It's not going to hold stuff, I can already tell. So, but it should look good sitting there doing nothing, which is kind of total, you know, not disappointment, but pretty close. So yeah, it'll look good. That'll probably be my thumbnail too. But LoneStarMopars.com is a website. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all 3 at Lone Star Mopars. If you use EZRed, this quad tray, the individual stuff, what are you using it for? How do you like it? Am I being like too hard on myself here? Because again, this is totally not on them. This falls on me. We will use it. It will be stationary though. But if you've got experience with these, what are you using with them? Where do you personally find that they shine and excel versus where they're terrible and you want a different option? Leave those thoughts and comments down below. That'll help people out as they, you know, peruse their options and kind of do a little bit more research than I did before jumping in blindly and being out $25. But like I said, for a benchtop assembly or even down on the floor where I'm usually at when I assemble stuff, this will be great. So it's not a total loss. It's just not near what I thought I had bought. So let's run over to the US General, get a look at this on the lid, and we'll call it a video. All right, so there's its current resting spot, and I'm just going to leave it at that. It might wind up in a drawer, although it's kind of handy to have it at least be able to be vertical for storage. Depending on what winds up being on this lid at some point in time. But It'll work, it'll be functional, it's just not near the functionality I thought I was getting, partially again on me. But even if these were individual and they did what I thought they were going to do, I wouldn't have been happy with the purchase because they're not enough magnetic area there for what I have in mind. So with that said, it's not a total loss, it's a decent option, again, especially like benchtop stuff. And I realize 4 parts, probably you're going to use more than that, right? But if you train a couple of these together across like a metal bench, you could have a really nice little setup there. Maybe at the front edge you have your hardware and then your work surface. Pretty good option, I think. But yeah, give me your thoughts on this thing. I'm sure some of you have really good luck with it. Again, me, I thought I was getting the option to have all 4 together or have 4 individual ones, and that's not the case here. So if you take nothing away from this, just know, don't do what I did. Save your $25, look elsewhere. But since I have it, I'm not going to waste my time returning it. I'd be out, I mean, shoot, half or more of what I paid for the thing. So we will use it. Maybe we'll learn to love it. Who knows? Not a total loss, just kind of disappointing. So you win some, you lose some, but at least it looks good. And we'll hang our hats on that one. So as always, thanks for watching. Hope you learned a little something. Maybe I saved you 25 bucks or so. Maybe some of you didn't know this exists and it's perfect for something you're doing, and I cost you some money. But hey, it is what it is, and not a terrible setup. It's just, like I said, kind of on me for not researching it before purchasing. So with that said, hope you have a great weekend, and you might see it in videos if we ever use it. I'll try to kind of point it out. But with that said, thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. I'll get you back for more action from the shop.